everyone, I'm MegaGWolf and welcome back to Sonic Superstars. Last time we went through a carnival level, now we're about to go in Lagoon City. I like me some Lagoon City. This is actually one of those, you know how I said some levels have only one act? This is one of those unique levels that actually has three. It's not Metropolis zone though, thankfully. I almost said Grand Metropolis. Because I guess I've got Radical Soda on my mind right now for some reason. I don't know, he plays Sonic games sometimes, I guess. Could be just the meme anytime I think of Metropolis at this point. But yeah, this one's nice because it's got some like musical references to previous Hydro City-esque levels. And yeah, it's just nice to look at. I like the water effects, very nice. Someone actually informed me that the water power-up has like a hidden little thing. It's not like hidden necessarily, I guess, but it has a benefit that I never think about, and it's that it will stop you from being crushed. I don't know the validity of this. I'm sorry if I'm not really the most confident in wanting to test that, I guess. But maybe I will, actually, you know. Never know, I could feel adventurous. Sonic adventurous? I don't know, I'm in a different kind of headspace today, I guess. Okay. Let's go up instead. I wanna be stuck down here. I wanna go up here, probably to a ring. Oh no, it's to a medal. That's cool too, I guess. I would have preferred a ring, but whatever. That's fine. No, we're not going there. Although I will get this. We actually have like, since we have so many acts to go through, we have a ton of opportunity to get the ring of this stage, or the emerald of this stage. Which I guess I'm glad that you get the water-based power-up before this stage, right? The one where it actually has a ton of water. That's kind of nice. I could definitely see them not doing that for some reason. Just because of just the fact that you can get emerald power-ups that do things in stages before you get them. And obviously, yeah, I know why that's the case, but it's just silly to me, in my opinion. Jellyfish! Just gonna make it a little trivial. Not just about attacking the jellyfish, he also attacks the badniks too. And then once we've run out of that, we got the fire power up. Yeah! So I have been listening to you. I have read all your comments about the bosses, and yeah, someone did put it in like the perfect way in terms of like, and if anyone watches the video I put on Pixelated Memories about this, I'm gonna play dumb and that I haven't had this discussion already just because I'm curious about what other people will think anyway. But I am agreeing that it should be a case of like, the bosses go through their mechanics, and because I say it's like, oh, you know, some bosses, you know, you get done in like 5 seconds, but yeah, that's because you've learned the best times to attack them, the best times to do that, and it doesn't punish you for trying to min-max your time, you know, in between hits, whereas this one strictly forces you to wait a specific amount of time before you can hit him again. I do agree that that is ridiculous. So I more understand now the general, like, I still like the bosses. Like, but I now more understand the complaints that people have when someone explained it to me like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense now. But yeah, I mean, overall, I still like them. So we're actually now on a mandatory character swapping level. So we have to play this stage in order to progress. And we're Amy, and we can hammer away at our fruit. Why can you hammer away at fruit? I think there was a ring up there. God damn it. I don't know. You get points for it though. You get, well, not points. It's like a tally at the end, and like it adds them up and you can get an achievement from it. Dang it, I think there was actually a ring, a special stage ring, and I want to go back and check that at some point. I think there was one up there, and I'm now not confident that I'm not going to be able to, or that I'm going to be able to find another one. Hopefully we will. I'm usually pretty adamant about exploring these levels. Oh no, but mind you, it's the 5th one, isn't it? Oh god, it's the 5th stage. Oh. This is gonna suck. Yay, I got fruit. That's nice, I guess. Okay, okay. Ring? I'd like a ring, please. That's not a ring, this is fruit. Push this here. We've also got the electricity shield. I don't know if I've had that yet, but I say shield. It's not actually a shield. It won't protect you from being hit and your rings going everywhere. It is just to magnetize stuff towards you. That's all it does. There is no shielding here. Kind of a, you know, goes against what we're used to. Damn, I wonder if there's something up there. Ah! Jump at random and hope that we get rings. It's not really how that works, but it could be. Oh, wait, no. Yes, I remember one. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right. Wish me luck. This one sucks. I hate this one so much. Because you got to go up. And then you've kind of got to, like, pre-plan. You kind of got to go back on yourself a bit. And that... Ugh, so weird. Because you got to, like, meet it. Because if you don't meet it, you aren't going to get this. I'm getting as many rings as possible for this, by the way, just to like try and give me a bit of padding. Hate this one so much. This is actually the worst stage of them all. Come on, let's go. Oh yeah! Woo! I hate it. I'm so glad I did that first try. Because I would have had a moment, I swear. Alright. Ivy. For climbable vines. Again, another very situational ability. Which I feel like they liked what Mania did with Stardust Speedway and they made it into a power. Like, that's basically what I feel like when it comes to that skill. Hey, okay, so I don't have to worry about that now. Okay, good. as long as I get that done early on, I don't have to worry about that, and I can just zoom through the rest of the stage and not worry about secrets. Do like me a good secret here and there, though. But yeah, I am glad that I'm kind of getting down the general placement of these rings. And yeah, if you do miss emeralds, you can still find them on, like, so if I don't get a particular emerald on a set of stages, right, you still can find them going forward. But I just like trying to get them done as soon as possible, basically. I don't actually know if there's any, like, benefits to the fruits, though. Like, I think that is just, like, a... Ha-ha! I've never actually gone down there. Oh, we're about to hit some plot! I think. Is this the plot bit? Give me the plot. I want the deep lore. Yeah, here we go. Oh, no. Don't be sad. Here. I'll give you a piggyback ride. Then we go back a bit. You can jump on this because you could have jumped on that and realized, like, oh, I can't. I'm not heavy enough to switch that switch. Flip that switch. I have died to these first 3 things here. I've died down by accidentally falling down the center of that so many times. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, the physics are slightly different with this character on our back. So we do have to be careful. I don't mind losing my rings, but I'd rather not die, because if you actually get to the end of this section with a bunch of fruit, it slightly changes. And I didn't know that for the longest time, because it actually took me a while to beat this section without biting the big one to these things. Wait, giant apples every time. It's actually my kryptonite at this point, right? Like, goddamn. Castle of Illusion traumatized me. Continues to do so in any other game that I'm playing. Look at all this fruit. That's literally all it does. There you go! Yay! I don't actually think there's any reason to get any of the fruit, except for the achievement. Oh, yeah, don't worry. You've got all this fruit. I'm going to give you this one. Yeah, ignore all the other fruit all around you that you could eat. I suppose it's the gesture, right? It's the thought that counts. Alright, we're back to Sonic. In this very chill vibes version. So yeah, this is technically the only three-act stage, and I'm okay with this, even if it is kind of like the labyrinth zone equivalent, right? I think it does fairly well at not being essentially a labyrinth zone, even though this is a legit labyrinth zone gimmick from like the Master System one, right? It's either the Master System one or the Game Gear one. I say that as if they're different. But yeah, I remember this gimmick. Ugh. God, I remember it making that much noise. I haven't actually played the Game Gear games in so long. Did I do playthroughs of those? Because we were talking about doing playthroughs of like the classic Sonic games. I don't actually know if I ever did playthroughs of... No, I did. I think. Right? Yeah, I did. I did 1 and 2 MS. But that was all I did, right? I didn't do things like Chaos and all the other games. That might be something I do eventually. Like, I'm already basically, since I mentioned it, I'm gonna do a Sonic 4 playthrough, because man, I have some story about that game. I was hopeful, man, when that. I was blind hope as well. The kind of hope that it's just like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, you know. I was apologetic for Sonic 4. But then again, when you're excited and play something in the moment, you do, unless it's like super bad, I guess. There are sometimes, especially as someone who's like, you know, I'm a big Sonic fan in general. You'd never believe it. But like, I make a lot of excuses. I don't necessarily think excuses is the right term, but like, I am very overly cautious to criticize. Maybe cautious is wrong too. Like, I'm not too harsh on them, basically. I give them a lot of leeway. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. So like, when Sonic 4 first came out, I wasn't as upset as other people, basically. Which I feel like maybe that just comes from my personality of like, you know, I don't find it that easy to dislike something, I suppose. Like, it's kind of easy to please me a lot of the time. Constantly living my best Sonic life. Like, every game is good. No, it's not. Like, I've definitely learned that that's not the case. But yeah, back then I was like hyped for 4. I'll admit, like, certain things are obvious. Episode 2, far better than episode 1. Wait, is there actually anything on the left here? You can come in from the bottom? I wonder how you do that. Oh boy. This boss. This reminds me of Wacky Workbench's boss, actually. Never a good thing. Wacky Workbench's boss is actually the least offensive part of that whole stage. There he goes. Kind of like a bit of Hydro City, Wacky Workbench, and then like Labyrinth Zone. All of those kind of elements put together into a boss. Of course, we could use this to just kind of cheese it a bit. I'm saving my clone skill for a specific point, if you are curious. Yeah, this is actually one of the bosses I'd say starts to take a little bit of time, but then again, I think that's less because of, you know, the time between hits, but more so that this boss does move between states, essentially, right? Yeah, saving the clone for the end speeds that bit up really well. Okay, bye! He's wearing his diving suit like he knew he was going to get defeated, huh? Game theory. Yeah! Nice. Those stages actually take quite a while to get through. But that's fine, because we go from a 3-act stage to a 1. You know how everyone hates Sandopolis? Okay, well, I can't say everyone. I'm sure there's some Sandopolis stands out there. 90% of people hate Sandopolis. That's why they decided we're going to make this just 1 act. Woo! See, I think that's like the one time that Vine is useful is when it tells you that Vine is useful. Because other times, I don't really see it being all that good. Music's kind of a banger, though. Like, it's pretty good. Yeah. It's a shame I'm not. Ugh. I don't know if the soundtrack is something that's going to grow on me as I play. I mean, like I've said in the previous video, this is essentially me playing through this game for the 5th time, like 4th or 5th time now. And like 4 of them have been back to back to back. I will say that an interesting thing I've noticed about certain game soundtracks, not so much Sonic, because I feel like Sonic is one of the prime candidates of this, is that there are certain songs nowadays, like, that I feel lack a melody, right? And that's maybe weird to say, and I also don't know if I'm saying the right terminology because I'm not too musically inclined, right? But I'm saying, like, you know, that theme, you know, that thing to hum to. When you think of, like, you know, any of the... Oh, no. Dang it. Power-ups! When you think of, like, some of your favorite classic Sonic levels, right? You could probably fairly easily hum the tune to it, right? Whereas I feel like in a lot of games, not necessarily, like I said, not necessarily platformers, I guess, but I don't know necessarily if Mario does or doesn't have this issue anymore, but it feels like there's nothing iconic enough to hum to these days. And it's like, especially bigger games like Zelda, right? Like, you think of Tears of the Kingdom, and there are certainly some songs that you might like because of, like, oh my god, it's epic and it sounds so good and that's great. But, like, the only thing that I know of Zelda, is like, da 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 da, and then, like, that's it, right? Like, the new Zelda. And maybe it's just because I'm not listening to the right kind of music these days, or it might just specifically be a complaint I have about certain AAA games nowadays, which is probably more likely the case. Or maybe I'm just not playing the right stuff. I mean, I'm sure games that have come out fairly recently do what I'm talking about. And hey, you know what? If you've got any examples, then I'd love to hear it. But You know, am I making sense? Am I just going on about it? Actually, you know what I'm thinking of? Like, my first example of a game that I, like, instantly remember a lot of the music and be able to hum along to would be Shovel Knight. Like, oh my god, the music of that game is wild. Slow down! This skill is actually nice, only for level hazards, though. Not great for anything else. I also like that it's got like a lot of clocks and stuff. It's kind of... I imagine someone's probably already made a mod that makes it do the Zawaldo effect, like when you do that. I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't actually checked out any of the mods. I've been linked one that looked really cool. I also don't know why it prompts you to use it there. That's really weird to me. But, there has been a mod I've seen that has a, I don't know if it's a skin or if it's just this replaces Sonic's model with a 3D model of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Complete side tangent since we're just going to be fighting this boss. I got a comment on an old like review video I made of, and again, this could just be a reflection of like my tastes changing in terms of like, maybe I wasn't as forgiving for Sonic as I thought back in the day, but I don't know. It basically, like, there was this fan movie, right, of Sonic the Hedgehog. It was a fan little, like, movie, I say quote unquote. It wasn't a movie. It was like 10 minutes long, but it was a fan creation of Sonic in a real life situation, right? And it had a bunch of, like, cameos. The Nostalgia Critic was in it. Like, the Angry Video Game Nerd was in it. And it was just this fan-made movie, or like short film thing, like 10-minute long. And in it, Jaleel White voices Sonic, and man, do I harsh on the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog in that video. And I'm just like, what? I grew up with this show. It's like so nostalgic to me. Like I even reference it a lot. Why in the world was I so just like mean on that? I don't know why. I mean, I was critical about the actual, like, video, right? The animation and all that. But yeah, for some reason I was just like, god damn. Harshing on Jaleel White's Sonic. I was like, what the hell? Although, definitely some part of it was because of the writing. Not necessarily the delivery. Mind you, I'm talking more about the actual short film now. Or whatever, I don't know what you'd call it. Then, you know, anything else. I'm just also just fighting this boss. You know, this boss exists. Woo! And now it doesn't. We still haven't got to the point where the bosses suck yet. Just as a heads up. Or at least when people started warning me that the bosses suck. But hey, that's 2 more acts or 2 more stages down. Nice. Do enjoy. I'm glad this is only one set of stages. Oh. Slight gimmick spoiler there for the next set. But either way, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you did, check out one of these 2 videos at the end slate here. Click on one of those to continue watching. Till next time, take care. Okay, thanks. Bye.